All right, y'all. Hey, this is Tanika from the PrintFox group. So I wanted to come in and kind of highlight the new feature that just released this morning, which is the action plan. All right. So I will say, this is the first release, first installment. I made a comment on a Facebook group that, if you guys have feedback or notice things that's missing, then definitely make sure you're hitting that support tab um, and submit any recommendations so they can approve it. I've already submitted some feedback. I knew this was kind of in the works, and this is what they came up with. But I did already submit some feedback just as a person who's seen various different action plans from different softwares. This first release is missing some key things that I think is important and that will, make our process a little bit easier as well. And I'll share those in this video. All right. But real quick, this is like a test person. This is a family member. I've actually fired them a little bit. So I'm going to generate an action plan. Do not be alarmed. If it's old data, it's going to show old data. Because I haven't pulled a report from them. I believe it'll be a year coming this May. All right. So you go to how you find to get to this tab, go to the client. All right. Click on any client name that you have a credit report for because you need to have an extra credit report. You want to come over to the tab that says action plan. All right. And then you see he hasn't had any action plans generated. So we're going to generate a new one. All right, and then here's what it looks like. So one thing I want to highlight, I did confirm. It was again. So you guys probably know I have a relationship with Dirk. So some stuff did change. So I did confirm though that as of right now, the action plans are going to be free. As you can see here, he did confirm that with me this morning that it is going to be free. It's going to be part of your subscription that you pay to the monthly. However, of course, that could probably change later on down the road, but right now it is free. Same thing with Metro. Like Metro was free, then they said they was going to charge us, but it's been 2 years and we haven't got charged. And Metro Tube is free with the subscription. So as of right now, the action plan is free with the subscription. All right, so real quick, I'm gonna move this over in my little face. Okay, so here's a good, very high level overview. So it'll show you, the different accounts. So we can see that this client, he still has six accounts that were late. Has one card over limit. He's using 94% utilization. 16 collections reported as of today of this. And zero inquiries, right? Now, mind you, this is old, right? But this is probably one of the reasons why I fired them, right? Because even as a test client, I have my limits. All right. So here is something, if you guys know about like the different action plans, if you tested a lot of other ones, as I have, when it comes to spending limits, you do have the ability to come in and change the spending limit. I believe the default because I just generated one before I hopped on this video. I believe if you forget to do this, I think it's going to automatically default to 30%, but you have the ability to change it to 20, even as low as 10%, right? So this is say we do 20%, that would save, right? It's going to tell him, exactly the dollar amount that he needs to pay. We could come in, we could also add notes. I'm going to just say, hey, I'm going to say, please try to pay, let's say, pay some of this down by next month, right? Just so we can see, then we're going to update note. Okay. Loans over the limit, so which is his student loans is very, very high. So some of the educational loans. So I know for me, like if I look and I see like the amount is like way super high, ridiculous, that they're over the limit, I probably wouldn't even include this on the action plan. And to not include it, you guys could just come and uncheck it. But if it's just like a few dollars over, you might leave it on. Okay. But it really just depends. So we could possibly come in and add a note to say, hey, hey, I'm gonna say this is for informational purposes but does not need to be paid unless you want to maximize, oops, y'all, I'm sorry, your points, right? So, you want to update note, right? So, but again, you can like take this off, right? But I'm just want to demonstrate just so we can kind of see how it looks. So this is showing that he has the 90 days past due. This is the auto loan. Again, you could check, uncheck, showing the different collections, public record, bankruptcy that was on there. Again, like I said, this is old. So if I was to report his report now, this is not even on there anymore. Disputable accounts. All right, it shows that. And again, you can come in, uncheck anything. You can add notes. Okay. Showing the inquiries that are late, but not late, but the inquiries that are reported, I should say, with the dates. Okay. And again, you could add your additional notes here. So again, let me say great work this month. I'm gonna say please keep up the good work and ensure that you receive no new collections, right? So now we're going to update that. So here's where you can probably find all the historical stuff and all the historical data if you're coming looking over here on this side. So again, so I just updated it so we could view it, we could download it, we could email it to the client, send it to their portal. Obviously, I'm probably not going to email it to them because this is way old. Like I said, I'm not even working with them anymore. Let me see because I'm recording. Let me see if we could. Actually, let me pause and I'm gonna download it. 1 second. Okay, so this is what the action plan will look like when it's generated. Um, Again, it's the PDF format. It'll have our business information up here, their logo. Our logo, again, high level summary, credit report scores, utilization. Great. You can see what the notes look like as you're putting different notes in for different things for them to do. As well as listing out the different inquiries, and of course our logo at the bottom. All right, so real quick, so some of the things that I mentioned to Derek this morning, I will mention this during this video. So if you guys agree with me, you can submit that feedback to him as well. One of the first key things I noticed is that the lack of the ability to add our affiliate links or resources at the bottom or somewhere in this credit audit. So that was definitely a recommendation that I mentioned to him. I also would like the fact that if the actual plan itself actually looks like an action plan, right? So like if the steps could actually be numbered versus just listing it out kind of in different sections, right? Because it kind of just looks like a credit audit, right? Especially when you kind of have this language here, things we can help you with. Well, they should already know what we can help them with because they are already a client, right? So just reorganize it and maybe reframing things, listing things out, giving us the ability to put, credit builders in there and resources at the bottom to help them. And then I think the other thing, and it might just be my ADHD, but I prefer to have the credit scores right at the top with the number, the credit scores at the top, and then a credit report summary, and then list all the different actions with our notes and resources at the bottom. So, that's just me. I sent that over to him. He already responded back to me. So again, like as you guys are testing this out and you see things, like, oh, hey, like, can we get this? Can we get that? Da, da, da. And as you guys already know, the PrintFox is very good at implementing recommendations and feedback. So I highly recommend that you submit this ticket for recommendations. You can also email over recommendations directly to them at support@thesprintfox.com. And yeah, like you know, get those recommendations in. If you like it the way it is, great. But again, I think the main takeaway is that we now do have, a free action plan that can be combined also now with the monthly progress reports. And again, like, it is free. So if you are a small business owner and you're looking to save overhead, hopefully this can be enough to kind of help you in the meantime so that you don't have to use a third party software. If you are using a third party software for action plans, or if you're one of my people who are manually doing these action plans, I hope you guys been stop doing that, because we've been had softwares for a couple of years now. But I still run into people who say that they were manually doing action plans. I can't even imagine. Kudos to you. God bless you. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you around. Bye.